cultivate humility. Jehovah cannot use us if we're not humble, and Jehovah's organization cannot use us. Imagine if you were building a kingdom hall and you ignored the direction of how to build it because we thought we knew better. You could have a lopsided kingdom hall. So when direction is given by Jehovah's organization, listen, accept it, and apply it. In the preaching activity, people are going to know if you are proud or humble. Humility is going to draw ones to Jehovah's organization just like the smell of food draws us to a meal. And number 5, cultivate modesty, so you're an example to others. We show we're modest when we do not demand our own rights. People can watch us and tell if we're modest by our actions and by our dress and groomings.
So Stephen Bell here talking on the subject of humility and modesty. There were a couple of points I wanted to make. I'll start with the latter, where he talks there about modesty. I find it interesting how he talks about the need to not insist on one's rights.
We show we're modest when we do not demand our own rights.
So not demanding your own rights is a mark of modesty. It's something Jehovah's Witnesses should be aiming to do, not demand their own rights. Where does this place us when it comes to the right to report child abuse to the authorities, would be my question. And I'm going to read to you from a document that you can actually still download from the jw.org website, Jehovah's Witnesses' scripturally based position on child protection. If you look at paragraph 4 in that document, it reads as follows. In all cases, victims and their parents have the right to report an accusation of child abuse to the authorities. Therefore, victims, their parents, or anyone else who reports such an accusation to the elders are clearly informed by the elders that they have the right to report the matter to the authorities. Elders do not criticize anyone who chooses to make such a report. I've been saying for way too long now that this provision doesn't go far enough, precisely because of what Stephen Bell just said. Because in Jehovah's Witness culture, you're not supposed to demand your rights. You're not supposed to insist upon your rights. It would be immodest to do so. So it's not enough for elders to simply remind parents or remind victims of abuse that they have the right to report to the authorities. It's important that elders make themselves a part of the process by reporting themselves. And they can tell parents, look, you can report yourselves, you can file your own report if you want to, but we're going to be filing our own report because we have a duty to protect the flock. We have a duty to protect the congregation. But that's not the policy that Jehovah's Witnesses have. And so I think it's just worth stressing this point that Stephen Bell made. It is very much a part of Jehovah's Witness culture, and it highlights why the existing policy of Jehovah's Witnesses when it comes to child protection is so flawed. I did also want to point out the really culty rhetoric from earlier on in the clip.
So when direction is given by Jehovah's organization, listen, accept it, and apply it.
Listen, accept it, and apply it. No questions asked. That's how they show their humility. I would say, isn't it a shame that it's just the rank and file Jehovah's Witnesses who have to show some humility? Wouldn't it be refreshing if the leaders, if the governing body members started to show a little bit more humility and started to take a little bit more accountability for their actions, for their decisions, for their policies, which cause so much wreckage in people's lives.